Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and are getting the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $5 a month or $54 a year. So, on the last Let's Play, we quickly showered, came to the auditions a bit early, where we chatted a bit with these two guys, and then somebody from the past turned up. That being Glenn, who was a big old meanie who doesn't have a lot of money because he was, being like, hey, I own the band because I started it. And then the other two like, well, we're 2 out of 3, and also when we were doing our own thing, we made the most money. And also we didn't try to go behind your back. We just, fooled around a bit, and our, publisher thought it was great, so we did that and made a whole bunch of money. And then the guy was like, well, I'm going to sue you. And it's like, these two guys were like, well, with what money? And it's like, damn. Okay, option number 3. Let's do a band contest, and if my band wins, near the end of the game, then we keep the Black Claws names, because that was the thing that he was trying to get. And if you win, which you won't, then you get the Black Claws names, which you won't. At which point we're like, okay, deal. For, these two guys. And yeah, he just left. So now we're going to deal with auditions. Set face. And begin. And with that, he turned away and threw open the double doors of the venue and left, turning towards Ty with a clear expression that he was having some doubts. I apologize profusely, Lucas. I did not. Ty sighed deeply, his hand clasped around the bridge of his nose as he shook his head, disappointed at his lack of self-control. Lucas shared a similar expression of uncertainty, but nonetheless approached Ty, putting his hand on Ty's shoulder, like I had done to him only 10 minutes prior. Wait, I? Was it he or I? Yeah, okay. Why are you apologizing? This is good, isn't it? This way, we can finally put him in his place and settle things to the rights of the band name once and for all. Oh, we need a contract for that, I guess. What? What? You seriously think we're going to lose to Glenn? Come on, you're always at the talent of the band. This is going to be a massacre. You flatter me so, but we're going to be so busy. Do you have time? Ty, the tournament starts tomorrow. Workload is going to ease up considerably on my end. I've got time. Oh. Great. Thank you. I sincerely hope Glenn is not our only visitor this evening. Lucas grabbed his phone, an older model with a cracked screen inside a heavy-duty case. He checked the time before turning back towards the two of us. I ain't due to start for a little while yet, Ty. Relax. Yeah, Ty. I've heard you guys play. You're amazing. Glenn doesn't stand a chance. Thank you both for the vote of confidence. Now you wait, I suppose. Hopefully soon, some aspiring bassists will arrive to fill our ranks. Guarantee they will. Between Lucas and me, our confidence seemed to quell Ty's concerns. It was an interesting moment, not least due to the cheerful smile on Lucas's face. In an attempt to support his best friend, he accidentally let the mask slip, and had every intention to capitalize on that. You're cute when you smile, Lucas. What? It's nice. You should do it more often. I grumble, grumble. Before Lucas could retort, Ty once again burst into cheerful laughter. Oh dear, Lucas. You'd seen that Adrian has your number. He doesn't have any numbers. After 20 or so minutes, the tormenting poor Lucas, I took my place by the door, where the long line had formed where Ty and Lucas were in their positions on stage. Turnout was far greater than I expected, and it was just as well. I had been here to help control the crowds. So far, auditions had been running for about 2 hours. I would take the person's name and direct them to stage, where they perform a single song. Any performer who they played who they played more than one song with would require a snap. Any performer who they played more than one song with would require a stamp next to their name on the list, becoming part of the short list. Any performer who they played... I don't know. Many aspiring players had come and gone, playing a single song before being sent on their merry way. I had grown somewhat weary as the line of performers seemed somewhat front-loaded in terms of quality. The recent performers had been a little disappointing. What's front-load mean? Not to mention that after our significant amount of exercise, I was more than ready to collapse into a soft bed and fall into a total coma. Thankfully, however, my wariness would soon be shaken free, somewhat that I swore I could read a minute ago. That began something that began. Is it began? Fuck. I'm looking at that word, the one in the here, but I'm like, is that it? Dismissed yet another lackluster player and motioned me for another. I addressed the musician immediately in front of them, taking their name and number before directing them towards the stage. I jotted down the details as the band began to play before being caught unawares by a seemingly familiar voice emanating from immediately in front of me. A most enthusiastic hello to you, Adrian. Eh? Oh, come now, surely you have not forgotten my distinctive and handsome face. Jay. Wow, long time no see. I mean, long time? Again, this game doesn't take place over the course of many days. Only a few precious days, my good fellow, but an entire... but eternity. I only did... This is my second one today. It may as well seem. How do you fare? Me? Well, I'm in fantastic, if I'm honest. Now, that makes quite a change from our last encounter. A rare, yet highly sought-after response indeed. Last time I enjoyed your company, you and your delightful tiger over yonder were in something of a rough patch. Is your cheerful and upbeat status due to some fantastic news, perhaps? Heh, you could say that. As I'm sure you guessed, Ty and I patched things up. Not only that, but... I hesitated before taking a glance towards the stage. With flawless timing, the band began an audition, ensuring that my words would not be overheard. I turned back to Jay, completing my sentence. I think I've completely fallen for him, head over heels. Ah, lovely. I just knew, in my heart of hearts, that the two of you would work things out. I'm positively elated for you. Thanks, Jay, and sorry if I ruined the mood the other night at the strip club. I know I wasn't in good company. I wasn't good company? I wasn't good company. I can read, I swear. I can sing. Come on, love. Our mutual friend, in all his wisdom, dragged you along to a strip club when all you wanted was to reconcile with a big, hunky tiger. Of course, you weren't good company. No one would expect that of you. I am glad you can see that. I don't think Eric could. Worry not. Words were had, I can assure you, but you must forgive Eric. His heart is in the right place, but his head is all wrong in the very best of times. And he also doesn't use the head on top of his shoulders. He uses the other one. Heh, you can say that again. I'm glad you think so, actually. I found it kind of weird the two of you are friends. Seemed like a strange fit, is all. Ah, as it would happen, he and I share some rather specific interests and hobbies. Our involvement is symbiotic, as it were, but we are hardly the best friend material. That being said, I do very much enjoy his company regardless, warts and all, as it may be sometimes. I mean, maybe, yeah, best friend, maybe, because it was like, But that's what friends do. Have, like, be symbiotic and friendly in hobbies and stuff. As, like, I guess best friends might not be the word. I hate to think what the two of you get up to. I would think so. Worry not. I shall spare you the grisly details. Heh, thanks. So, what brings you here? Come now, my good fellow. Does the bass player on my back truly not give it away? But there isn't one. Oh, you mean you play bass? Indeed I do. Surprised? I mean, a little, I guess. I just thought Lucas has been asking around. Surely Eric would have said something to him, right? Eric? Pah! That rat would not tell a bass guitar from a ukulele. Alas, he and I do not overlap in the realms of song, owing primarily to his complete lack of musicality. Huh. That would explain it then. Ty had asked me to keep an eye out for a bassist, but I had no idea you played. I guess it's a happy accident that you came anyway, right? On the contrary, nothing could have permitted my presence this evening. Prevented. Merely the opportunity alone is a dream come true. For you see, it was Glenn's bass performances that inspired me to learn the instrument in the first place. If you told my younger self that I'd one day audition for his replacement, well, I know not what I would have thought, though the word liar certainly comes to mind. Yeesh, I suppose you do have some mixed feelings about all this, huh? No, not so much, I suppose. I have heard stories and know all about Glenn's reputation. I respect his music, his songwriting, and his overall talent, but I fear that I simply do not respect him as a person. The man is quite clearly an egotistical control freak, lacking in any self-awareness. That sounds about right, actually. I had the distinct honor of finally meeting the guy a couple of hours back before the auditions began. Let's just say he's not welcome back in the band, and came very close to a clobbering from Lucas. Close, you say? What a shame. He could do with being taken down a few notches. Oh well, this evening his losses will hopefully become my gain. I'm very so thrilled to have this opportunity. I do hope that I can impress Todd and Lucas. Sorry, Erpt. Being here truly is a dream come true. Auditioning to replace the very source of my inspiration, the way I see things, every note that I've played, every hour that I've practiced, it was all in anticipation for this moment. I cannot afford to let it go to waste. Adrian, I've been signaling for the next audition. Is there a Oh! Jay, was it not? You were our waiter not very long ago at the new cafe in town. It's wonderful to see you in front of the microphone again, Ty. How many ears have longed for your serenade? I'm truly honored to have this opportunity to join you on stage, even if only for a single song. So wait, do all the bass players come and Ty and Lucas play along with them, or what? Because I was thinking like these two guys would be sitting behind a desk, judging people, maybe as, you know, a pre-recording of them plays, you know, without a bass, so you can hear how the bass goes well. Jay's overwhelming charm and charisma helped conceal his nervousness, something that his body language betrayed. Watching Ty's response, he had noticed it as well, and tapped his approach to help Jay grow comfortable. The honor is all mine, my dear. Do try to relax and take a few deep breaths. That obvious, huh? It would seem my acting skills have something to be desired. I should be thankful they are not on display instead. Oh, that's a new look. Exactly right. A terrific consideration. If it helps you focus, think of me as nothing more than a local barman. After all, that is all I have been for a number of years now. It's okay, actually. I tend to perform quite well under pressure. Ah, truly desirable trait to have as a musician, we face a great deal of pressure in this line of work. Whenever you're ready, we will rejoin Lucas atop the stage, thanks to a certain wolf, leaving them at the venue number years back. There's a bass stack all set up and ready to go. You only need to plug in. So wait, did Glenn just leave his bass and was like, whatever. Phew, I've been ready my whole life. That's the spirit. Head up the stage and get yourself ready. I will join you shortly. Forcing a confident, yet clearly feigned smile, Jay skipped towards the stage with his guitar and began connecting it up to the stack next to Lucas, who was eyeing him up with curiosity, no doubt wondering what the holdup had been. I guess stack is like an amp or something? I don't know, I'm not a musician. I played the steel drum. That's pretty much it. I played it decently. I do so love his confidence and enthusiasm. I'm looking forward to see how this pans out. I don't know him that well, but he seems to be a great guy. I hope he can pull this off. I hope so too. With such an infectious and upbeat personality, performing alongside him will be fun. And, after all, is fun not precisely what we seek? It would only be fun if he actually played the instrument. Well, yes, that would be something of a desirable bonus, would it not? Tide chuckled, flashing me an anticipatory grin as he turned tail and returned to his position on stage. Jay's smile projected confidence, but his submissive body language and scared look in his eyes suggested otherwise. Ooh, he's submissive. Ooh, ooh. As Jay warmed up his fingers, the three of us briefly discussed their song choice. I could only hear bits and pieces over the bustle of the crowd, but it seems as though Jay had chosen a deep cut from the band's back catalog, something that seemed a pleasant surprise to both Ty and Lucas alike. And, at long last, Lucas opened up with a drum intro before Ty and Jay launched into action, their instruments in perfect tune with one another and completely synchronized. The majority of the auditioning bass players performed with a pick, and yet there was Jay plucking the thick strings with his fingers on his right hand. It was immediately obvious that we were listening to a 5-star performance, something the noisy room full of musicians instantly recognized as the chatter rapidly ceased and everybody turned towards the stage to bear witness to the current edition. Despite Jay's nervousness, every note he played was flawless, his own tight playing performing, prompting both Lucas and Ty alike to hone in on the timing with greater precision than ever before. I didn't have to wait long before a surprised and excited smile spread across Ty's face, while Lucas's expression was more of total disbelief. I watched as many faces down the line of the would-be auditioners fell, knowing full well that they couldn't keep up with the magnificent performance they were witnessing. All told, about a quarter of the line vanished in the first minute of the song. I was going to make a joke that's like everybody looked at it and was like, well, after this pretty nice song ends, we're all just going to yeet. We're not going to compete with that. Alone. With many more departing as it drew to its eventual close. I was no musician myself, but even I knew one thing for certain. This was the finest performance we'd seen all night. Following their first song, Ty and Jay played another one which was performed with similar degree of perfection. Having finished their song, Jay went back to pack his guitar away before Ty stopped him in his tracks. Jay was confused at the beginning, but everything made perfect sense when Ty returned to his microphone and cleared his throat. Everybody, your attention please. The room, which following the second performance had become a sea of surprised whispers and nervous mutters, once again fell silent as they watched Ty intensely, waiting for the announcement. You all did well, but not as well as this guy. He's going to be our group. I'm thrilled to announce that we've chosen our new bass guitar player for the Black Claws. Everyone, please give Jay a round of applause. The chatter recommenced once again. The number of people cheered and clapped to congratulate Jay. Positive sounds that were regrettably drowned out somewhat by the disappointing sighs from the line of bassists who had missed out on their chance to audition. I apologize to those who did not have the opportunity to play tonight. We have enjoyed. Ty turned towards me, reaching for my list of bassists. I handed this to him, which he quickly surveyed before returning his microphone. 42 separate auditions tonight, and while there were some serious performers in the running, sometimes you just know when somebody is a fit. Both Lucas and I knew this from the very first note Jay played. He's an outstanding bassist, still playing right now as you can hear, with an infectious attitude, and we're very excited to have him on board with us. Now, the three of us would like you to ask you all a big favor. 1 week from today, next Tuesday night, there will be 2 shows playing in town, both under the name of the Black Claws. The chatter began once again, this time a collection of confusion as they pondered why there'd be 2 versions of the same band playing simultaneously. Ty continued his speech, putting that question to rest with little delay. One of these shows will be fronted by our former bassist and frontman Glenn, and the other will be right here at this very venue with this very band. And whichever bassist sells most tickets and gets better reviews will get to continue on with the Black Claw's name. As such, we humbly request that you spread the word and support us. Tickets will be on sale at my bar on High Street starting first thing tomorrow morning. For our performance, we will start playing our 3rd album in its entirety, as well as several other songs, including one brand new song. The mention of a new song raised some ears among the crowd, signaling the chatter to begin once again, sounding noticeably more excited than before. Even though they were passed over for the band, the room was nonetheless full of Black Claws fans, largely undeterred by the rejection and excited about the band's upcoming show. So thank you all so much for coming, and we hope to see you next Thursday. Remember, Ty's Bar on High Street for tickets. First come, first served. Good night everyone, and please take care that you all make it home safely. Once again, the crowd erupted in cheers and excited chatter before they began moving towards the door, slowly squeezing out the one solitary entrance the venue had and flooding into the dark streets outside. Pence. Eventually, I had ushered the last of the strangers from the venue and sealed the doors behind them before reconvening with the others who were excitedly and exceedingly conversing amongst themselves. Can't be serious, right? On the contrary, my dear, I would not lie about such a thing. Jay failed to restrain a childlike grin, accompanied by a small screech of excitement as he bounced up and down the place, finally turned towards me with a beaming grin. Did you hear that, Adrian? He said I'm a better player than Glenn by far. I can't believe it. I smiled at Jay, unable to resist his infectious cheer. Lucas did the very same before addressing Jay himself. I agree. Your timing is impeccable. And what the hell was that bass solo? Overdrive pedal. Intended for a normal guitar, no less. Of course, I don't let that stop me. Creative. Very impressive played too. Impressively. Glenn has more than met his match. Shucks, guys. Such sweet words are liable to cause cavities. Hey, Jay, did you notice what happened to the cue when you played? The cue? I'm afraid not. I have a bad case of tunnel vision for a while there. All I could focus on was not screwing up. Heh, that's understandable. Most of the line walked, dude. When you started, the line went all the way out to that lamppost outside. When you finished, it was inside the hall. You were so good. Maybe 2/3 of the people in the line just gave up. Really? I almost feel bad for them. but only almost. I can't believe that I'm gonna be a member of the Black Claws, or I am. And big thing, I was thinking, what a weird name in this universe. Like, in our universe, sure, in their universe it's weird, but it's like, I guess there's a band called 9 Inch Nails, so yeah. A big thank you to all of you fine gentlemen for this opportunity, for having chosen me, and for all your compliments. It's a dream come true for me. Truly, a dream made reality. No thanks necessary, my dear. Although, if you want to repay us, you could kindly retrieve our socks from the ceiling. After all, you blew them clean off. Okay, I was like... Do people in bands throw their socks in the air? But it's like, oh, you blew them off. I deliberately slipped up during the second song and rushed the tempo during the second chorus. You adjusted in a split second, even quicker than Ty did, and Ty was expecting it. I don't say this lightly, but I'm very impressed. Damn, if this is a dream, do me a favor, don't wake me up. Well then, gentlemen, we have 7 days to prepare. With such a powerful basis on our side, Glenn barely stands a chance. But that is no excuse not to practice. Tomorrow is unfortunately no good for me. It's been a few days since I have worked the bar, and of course, I need to get the tickets organized and everything as well. But come Saturday, let us meet here, plan out our set list, and play some music. I think I can keep dreaming for that long. I'll be there. That reminds me, actually. You said there's a new song we're going to be playing? Indeed. What is it exactly? Ah, well, I will let you know when I have written it. You didn't? I did. Can't wait to hear it. First new Black Claws track in years. The first new Black Claws track, yeah. I bet it's gonna be a killer. It certainly is the hope. Hey Ty, what about that song you played when we were camping? Oh that? Well, I think I would rather write a new one. It was a little older, you see, and, well, it is, never mind me. Just leave this to me. I have all the inspiration that I need to write a brand new one. Alright, what are you gonna write about? Maybe a love song. All about yours truly. Sorry, all of a sudden was like, eh. I turned away, but it didn't seem to, not be caught up. It seemed rather corny, and would no doubt be incredibly embarrassing moments, but at the same time, the sentiment alone unleashed butterflies in my stomach. I may as well cringe the entire way through, but I could not wait to hear it. It also seemed as though my expression communicated these feelings loud and clear as Ty responded with a warm and gentle chuckle, accompanied by a knowing wink and an understanding nod. Finally, Ty slung his guitar back over his shoulder. I suppose it is past time we all gotta move on. I must concede it has been a long and very active day. Yeah, I bet so. Blowjobs, putting up camp, back hiking down. You have to call the shark guy for employment. This, Glenn. You're telling me I'm not used to this much exercise. Ha ha. Stick with me, my dear. You'll grow accustomed to it. Jay, Lucas, do either of you need a ride home? No, thank you, Ty. My car is just down the street. As much as I love the honor of riding yours. Very well, gentlemen. Thank you all for tonight, and congratulations again, Jay. We are very lucky to have you. Yeah, thank you, Jay. I think keeping up with you is gonna make me a better drummer. Thanks, guys. I can't wait to play with you guys again. I know I keep saying so, but it's such an honor. An honor, perhaps, but it's also our pleasure. Ty delivered a cordial bow before turning tail, begging me to follow him. I smiled at Jay and Lucas, giving Jay a thumbs up, which he exceedingly return before Ty and I headed towards the side of the venue, creating just enough distance for us to talk in private. Yeah, I think we can go on just a little more till the scene changes. I'm very thankful that you came here today, my dear. I didn't expect such volumes. You're fantastic help. Thank you. Come on, of course I came. Ooh, I'll come every single practice that I can, because it means I get to see your handsome face and hear your beautiful voice. I'm glad you enjoy practices, and thank you for encouraging me to do this. Playing with Jade tonight, it truly reminded me how much I love doing this when all the pieces fit. If it were not for you, I don't think I would have ever pursued the Black Claws again. You're welcome, Ty, and you're such an amazingly talented dude. I want to encourage you to pursue your dreams and use your talents to the fullest. And you, my dear. Now, it's late, and I'm certain that you're tired. Do not try and convince me otherwise either. I know better. Come with me. I'll drop you off at Diego's. I smiled at Ty before nodding confirmation of his order. I was not going to decline such a forceful offer, and he was not wrong either. I was exhausted. And I'm hungry. Granted, it is 3:30. And that's the problem with these things right here, where it's like, well, we could have like a 30 minutes talk right here, or it could be a couple of seconds. Sorry, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna be partway through, and then it's like, and that's gonna be the end of this. Let's play. I don't know. So, please comment, cause I like comments, don't you like dislike tips or otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos too. Yeah, and please remember to spay and neuter your animals to help control the pet population so it doesn't grow. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support people make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $5 a month or $54 a year. And until next time, another Let's Play. I'm me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. You might have heard my stomach grumbling. Thanks and see ya.